Hello and welcome to the Classic Orlando Regional Broadcast Entertainment Technical Tour, also known as the CORBETT. I'm Joseph Lemelin aside Alex Sackett. Alex, how excited are you?
I'm shaking right now how excited I am. This is the first time the CORBETT has ever been produced, and I'm just so happy and ecstatic that it's here at Full Sail University.
Yes, absolutely. We're all excited to go. And we got Cam Jenkins on the sideline reporter. Cam, how are the golfers feeling?
The golfers are very excited, Joseph. I was talking to them in the locker room, and every single one of them is expecting that they will be the first ever winner of the CORBETT. But something that really interested me, no nerves on any of them. Every single one of them is displaying supreme confidence.
Well, let's go and see who these competitors are with all of this confidence. We got a great matchup today as we have three different golfers competing with three different colored golf balls, able to distinguish. And we're going in our first contestant, Walker Thompson, coming in with the purple ball today to match his purple shirt.
We were talking to him back in the locker room, and he showed supreme confidence, said, I want to be the best in the world. And he said, I am the best. And to be the best, you need to win here. So he's looking to just come in and win the CORBETT. It would be a great thing for him to do.
Love the confidence. Next, we'll go into contestant number 2. We have Chase Drought coming in with the orange ball to match the orange shirt. Second competitor today.
And unlike with Walker, he just said, I'm just happy to be here. And he was more relaxed, and it seemed like any other. And we saw him earlier today just kind of scoping everything out, just trying to see what everything is. And when you're doing that, that gives you great opportunity and great and just a great overall mindset to go into it.
Absolutely. And we have our third and final contestant, Joseph Lofton, coming in with the classic white ball to match the white shoes.
And he said, I wanted to do the classic because I remember playing mini golf with my dad. And obviously going back to those days, it gives him more of a relief to just go in there and just do what he knows how to do, which is play mini golf at an extremely high level.
Absolutely. 3 different competitors with 3 different mindsets. Alex, what are the rules today?
So the rules, it's standard mini golf rules, and we've all played mini golf before with our parents and our friends. But in this one, if you go over the barrier with your ball, that leads to a 1-stroke penalty. So, and then there's only 6 holes so far. So, in those 6 holes, the lowest score obviously is the winner. And the ball has to stop moving. And once the ball stops moving, then you can go and then you can hit your ball, obviously. And we've seen this a couple times, in practice so far. The ball needs to stay in the hole for the whole time. If it rolls out, it does not count, so it needs to stay in. And that gives a little bit more strategy. You can't hit it too hard and you can't hit it too soft, or else it'll either not go in or it'll go right back out.
Absolutely, and we'll go right into the first hole with our first competitor, Walker Thompson, going with his first shot here from the audio hole. Walker with a good first hit, going with not too hard of a hit, but rolling very close to the hole, and it's going to continue to roll. And wow, the trajectory, if it can stop there, that's perfect placement, but it continues to roll towards the speaker here at our audio hole.
You don't want to be at, and that is just tough. That's a tough angle to be at when you're right there.
And next, we're moving right into Chase Drought's first shot with the orange ball, a light approach right next to the speaker, and a placement right there in the corner. The ball may continue to roll to the edge, so he'll get maybe a head's length away from those sandbags over there as we move into Joseph Lofton's first shot of the day. Hitting off of the barrier, and another great roll, kind of similar to Walker's, but slanting off to the left.
Yeah, and it would have been imperative for Lofton's shot to kind of go right into the hole like Thompson, but Thompson has more of a tougher lie than Drought or Lofton. Right here, at a tough angle, but he was right at the hole.
And a great hit. Well, and it couldn't stay off the edges, and now that looks like tough ball placement for shot number 3.
That is, because now you're gonna either have to hope that it, you hit it so lightly that it curves.
Chase Drought with a tough angle, going with in and out, so close with the tough angle on the sandbags.
He did what he was supposed to do, not hit it too hard, but it just hit it hit the pole on the hole and just tough going right there.
Joe with the hit and just a little too hard off the edge. We'll see how far this one can get away from the hole as Walker Thompson will come in, and that'll be another hit. So if the ball can stay in the hole, and the ball rolls out of the hole, but it's still rolling. It is still rolling. We need to see if it stays out. And it looks like the ball's going to stay there.
That's just tough going. It was in the hole, but like we said earlier, it needs to stay in the hole.
And on his great shot there, no, the ball comes out. Chase Drought's next shot just barely skimming out of the hole. So now he's in the same situation Walker is.
We've seen 2 in a row, and that's obviously a very eventful first hole at the first Corbett.
And Joseph knocking Walker Thompson's ball away and securing his spot. What a great shot to get number 3. Walker Thompson's ball still rolling in not a bad position.
Right back to where he was in the beginning. Wow, I mean, that was very strategic from Joe right there. Just what can you do there?
Walker Thompson had the easy tap in right at the hole, and now he's got a very tough shot here. We'll see if it has the roll. It looks like it's going to post up right in front of Chase's ball.
It hit it.
And now Chase will have a tough next shot as he may have to hit Walker's. We're going to have Joseph and Walker hits his in to avoid. And Chase will get the tap in, so not too much.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining hole to start. We saw a couple go in and then bounce right back out, but again, super entertaining the way this one started. It seemed like every golfer had a mindset of what they wanted to do, and unfortunately for Walker Thompson, he had the it seemed like the easier shot, but that tap in just couldn't stay in for him.
And now we have Joe standing on the sideline with Cameron Jenkins.
I'm here with Joseph Lofton, winner of the audio hole. And Joe, you did a great job there. A lot of people probably wouldn't have been too excited about knocking his ball out of the way, but a good strategy nonetheless. When did you kind of realize you could do that?
I wasn't even aiming for it. It's tough to aim with the driver, but I wasn't trying to BM anybody. It's just how it happened. And hey, it might happen to me later on.
All right, and also I got to say, the audio hole, you had not a great start here, but you ended up coming on top. How does it feel? How do you think you can carry this momentum forward?
I mean, I'm going to keep the ball rolling as best I can. A little golf humor there, but the whole point is to get as few as you can and then just have fun with it at the same time.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see you on the next hole. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. We're back here. After that hectic first hole, we had the audio hole. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, and it was just a couple things that we weren't really expecting to see.
Yeah, because we see Walker Thompson now at -2, Chase Drought at -1, and Joseph Lofton still sitting at even. So what a great first hole. And now we'll be moving into the second hole here shortly. It is the video hole. Kind of the same thing. The first hole was the audio hole, so we saw the speakers and the mic stands. We saw the mic stand especially kind of get in the way, especially of Joseph when he had that tough shot.
And for this hole, a tough thing is there's a crate in the way, so it's tough for you can either go around it or go under it. But if you go under it, there's another stand and the wheel and there's a wheel there, so it might hit it. We don't know, obviously.
And
It's up
now
to
we'll
them.
go to Walker Thompson. We'll see what strategy he uses here over on hole number 2, the video hole. And he's going to go, try to go under, but just nick the wheel.
Like we said, it's going to go back maybe, but it's exactly like we said. Do you want to go under it or do you want to go over it? And if you go under it, it's a lot more risk and reward. It's like those survival things.
So now Chase will be hitting his first shot of the second hole here today. His shot, he's going to go around it, and he's sticking to that right edge. Oh, just clipped the tripod, but actually still in a really great position here as he's setting up for hole number 2. And that'll bring us to our third golfer, Joseph Lofton, with his first shot here. Trying to stay on the edges, clip the wheel, but still not in a horrible position as long as he's not getting nestled behind that wheel.
And now that it's there, he has a chance to kind of use that barrier to kind of curve the ball around. But he has to be careful. He does not want to hit the ball super hard or else it'll go out and that'll lead to a penalty stroke. So he has to be careful there.
Absolutely. Walker hitting it from the beginning again. Goes with the around strategy. First he tried to go under, but now he's wrapping around the left side. Nobody used that strategy, but right now it looks like he's got the best ball placement in alliance with the hole.
I mean, exactly. And he used what I said, what Joseph should have used, which is that going around, using the barrier as a loop.
Chase with a great angle here. And if it stays, it's good. It stays. A terrific second shot here from Chase Drought.
Very
staying
efficient.
locked in.
Very efficient from Chase. I mean, he knew what he wanted to do, and he did what he was supposed to do.
And Joseph Smith with the smoke.
It looked,
And the ball goes out of bounds, the smoke.
he didn't want the smoke. He did not want the smoke.
And so he'll put his ball back in bounds. And we'll move on to Walker Thompson's third shot here. Oh, just on the edge.
Right what he wanted to do, but that's the second time we've seen it here where he just missed the hole.
Joseph Lofton setting up, and he hits it right along the line, hoping to not end up with Walker, but the ball has other plans.
Walker does not want him to hit his ball again. That would not be ideal.
And the ball settles right there. So Chase Drought ended the hole pretty early. So now we just have Walker. Oh, Walker tried to go over, and I believe it went like halfway over.
Yeah. We saw that with Drought earlier in hole 1, and it's just tough. Tough to get over it.
And here he goes. And, his next hit, that was
He didn't hit it hard enough.
just not hard. Oh, and it just bounces out for Walker Thompson. 6-stroke limit here at the annual Corbett. Great shot if it stays. Oh, it
Oh
rolls.
my gosh. Wait.
And Jost takes his 6-stroke limit, so he'll have to pick up the ball after. So the ball almost stayed in the hole, but unfortunately it rolled out. He'll still pick it up, and that will be the round as Walker Thompson finishing up here on the video hole, our second hole of the day so far here at the Corbett. We're 2 holes in and all this action. How are you feeling?
We've seen it many times where golfers think that they have it, it's in, and then just at the last second it rolled out. That last hole, we saw the strategy of to not hit it too soft, but not hit it too hard, because we saw it with Lofton, and then we saw it with Thompson.
And here we see the smoke coming out for Joseph, and it just hit off the box and hopped over the line. So this is what led up to eventually his stroke. And Chase Drought's quick second hit there, finished out the hole, and this almost stayed in, but just barely snuck out at the end. He almost had it. Unfortunately, he had to pick up with our 6-stroke limit here at the Corbett. Now we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back here at the Corbett. I'm Joseph Lemelin, aside Alex Sackett.
to the stars, all up in Mars. We got bars.
Bars!
Bars! We got bars.
Bars!
Bars!
And welcome back to the Corbett. I'm Joseph Lemelin, aside Alex Sackett. We got a very, very interesting start here. It was looking very, very close at the start. However, it's looking like Chase Drought has pulled away. And we're going to go straight into hole 3. This is going to be our lighting hole. And we're going to start with Walker Thompson here. Walker Thompson, as of right now, is +8. Chase Drought is even. And Joseph is +6 as he gets his first hit. Off, not a bad start as it hit the lighting structure and is now fading away towards the edge.
They don't call it the lighting hole for nothing, and you know the prop not helping Thompson's case there as it hit and then rolled way far away from the hole.
And Chase now coming in for his first shot, taking more of an approach to go to the right side.
Right off the box. It hit right off the box there, and that's just something that he was not expecting to do. And how he got that lead, you know, Lofton won that first round, or won that first hole, and then that second hole, Drought just took it right over and just went on very efficient. He had kind of like a vacation almost.
Absolutely. But here at the Corbett, we're going back, and great shot. It is in.
Oh.
A hole in one. A great shot there from Lofton coming back into it.
He did not want to give us the drama. He didn't want to give us the drama right there. He said, no way, I'm just going to end this right now.
He's been waiting to do the lighting hole. We are at hole number 3, and what we thought was a complete pull away is now getting closer as Chase Drought stepping in for his second shot. Not a horrible angle. Right down the right side. Ooh. That is in his second shot, so Chase Drought responds.
That was a good 1-2 punch there from Drought. He said, oh, you can do a hole-in-one? Well, guess what? You're not going to pull away from me that easily.
And now, Walker Thompson gets it into the hole, so they'll finish up hole 3 here. It looks like the golfers are getting into their groove. figuring out the hole, figuring out the course. It's a hard thing to do to come in to a contest with this much weight on it and perform well.
Well, we saw that first hole. That first hole was a little easier, not totally easy, but then that second hole gave them a little bit of a challenge, you know, with all the props. And hole 3, while it's not a cakewalk, it's probably the easiest hole on the course. And while there are props, and we saw the props being hit multiple times, we saw that hole-in-one, and then Chase Stroud with the 2-shot, and then Walker Thompson getting in 4. A different feel than the second hole.
And now we have Joe ready for his sideline interview, going over to Cam Jenkins.
I'm back over here with Joseph Lofton again. Incredible shot there. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Maybe a little too much of that Red Bull that they're advertising, but hey, I mean, it's helping. I mean, the second round, I think it spooked me a little bit with that smoke, but I brought it right back with that third hole.
Well, what a way to bounce back. You still have a ways to go before you can catch up. How do you think you can catch back up here with such a commanding lead that Chase Stroud has?
I might actually have to hit their balls around a little bit more, just bust them up a little bit, maybe hit them out of the way, make their lives more difficult, but I think I got this.
Strategy worked for him before. We'll see how it goes on hole 4. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. Joseph with some strategy going into this second half as we're going to move right into hole 4. This is the OSHA hole, and yes, it's OSHA certified. We are here now. Walker Thompson will be hitting first for us on this very interesting hole. But again, we're halfway through, getting to hole 4 now, and a hard hit. He does not get through.
And that was a crucial first hit for Thompson. He's so far back, and so now he needed that first shot to be a good one.
The pressure getting to them now as that ball stays.
I mean,
and what a roll. So it looked like it was going to bounce over, but it stayed in bounds. So actually a great first shot as now Joseph coming in for his first. And that will bounce, and
that is not, he almost had it in. He bounced out, but then bounced right back in. If it bounces out and bounces in, that's fine. But if it stays out like this, then that's a stroke penalty.
So very close, but now we'll go to Walker Thompson.
This is a tough shot.
Trying to figure out what he can do here. I'm not sure. This is where your strategy has to come into play.
Looks like he's going to try to go back.
So we get to the club length away and bounces it out. That's actually a great angle if it's able to stay there.
He just kind of flicked it almost, which he didn't want to obviously hit it so hard that it goes out of bounds and he's going to have to replace it. But right there, like you just said, great placement right there on the ramp. And we saw the last two guys hit it so hard to hit the ramp to get it over there.
And Chase going for the hole. Got a nice little setup now within only a couple feet of the hole. Coming close. We'll have a setup here for Joseph Lofton's next shot. He'll come in right around the floor signs.
This is a good angle for him right here. He has a clear opening to the hole right here.
And Joseph's third stroke to the hole and just bounces out. It was perfectly in.
It's just tough to gauge it sometimes when it's that far away. And again, he had an open shot, but sometimes on those open ones, you kind of maybe start to overthink a little bit on the shots, and you don't know whether you should hit it hard, you should hit it soft, or how you should hit it.
Just like that, as he hits it hard, but it hits the hard hat, and another tough ball placement. Walker Thompson cannot catch a break here.
He needed this hole.
That was his third stroke, and he is now stuck behind the sandbags and still has to get past hard hats and floor signs as that ball continues to roll. But Chase Stroud going into his next shot. Oh, another bounce out.
Seen so many of them today.
The ball is rolling everywhere. It has a mind of its own at this point.
It's not what he wants here. Not even close to what he wants here. Good that it rolled back. Now that's a better shot. But if it kept rolling at the back, that would have been a tough shot.
Joseph Lofton have to go around his, and right now it's out, and it is out. Wait. It is so close, and it is out. It is on the lip. So it should be a nice little tap in for Joseph Lofton.
You could see it go in, and then right as it caught to the edge, it just stopped.
A crucial shot for him. Would have been his fourth, as we see the smoke and the hard hat still getting in Walker Thompson's way. And we still have a 6-stroke limit here at the Corbettes. Great shot, and another rollout, but with the momentum.
What a
that
strategy!
Ball is in.
Lofton was talking about how he was going to try to mess with the other golfers right there. Drought said, hey, I'll give you some of your own medicine right there.
Exactly. Luckily, it didn't mess up his ball too bad, as he's got the smoke and just a little tap. That's exactly what he needed. The ball placement, it is it.
Exactly what he wanted there, and, you know, it didn't spook him that time. Did not spook him that time. He talked about it in the interview, how he didn't want it to spook him.
Absolutely, and another great hole there from Chase Drought and Joseph Lofton. And that ball is out of bounds from Walker Thompson, approaching this 6-stroke. This has been full of bad rolls, and he will reach his 6-stroke limit. Just some really tough rolls there for Walker Thompson.
And it's been so far all tournament so far. He's had just a couple, you know, that prop on that last hole, the hard hat, just gave him such a tough time. And that first roll, and it kind of almost was a good thing for Chase Drought and Joseph Lofton to see the,
as we see the replays here.
Yeah, like
just
the hard hat.
The roll.
And his first shot was a small shot, and it got caught on the sandbags. And Drought and Lofton both saw that, and they both banged their shots over that.
That could have been a great third shot right there, but it just barely bounced out. Now Chase, and that again is the bounce. It has gone in and out and in and out.
Yep.
And that was just, and then Chase's last shot where he was able to hit it, and it gave it enough momentum to come over. And that will finish the 4th hole, and now we'll be going to commercial, and we'll be right back here at the Corbett. I'm Joseph Lemlin, aside Alex Sackett.
Bars! 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 Bars!
Bars! You thought we had cars, but we got bars.
Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica.
Bars! Bars! Come on down, the bars are us!
Do you have a jar on your car when you want to go far on the tarp to the stars all up in Mars? We got bars.
Bars!
Bars! We got bars.
Bars!
Bars!
welcome back to the Corvette. I'm Joseph Lemelin aside Alex Sackett. We're through 4 holes here, and it has been everything we've wanted. Now we'll be heading into the final 2 holes as we see the score updates on the screen. Chase with a pretty hefty lead, but as we've seen so far, anything could happen.
Well, we saw it on that 3rd hole. Lofton came out and had that hole-in-one, and then Drought saved it by getting that 2nd shot. So really, it's just been very strategical from Drought.
Absolutely, and we'll see if he keeps the same strategy as we head in to hole number 5. This is going to be the rigging hole as he has to go around these rigs. Oh, bad bounce. This might roll all the way back to the beginning.
It's been the story for Thompson. Just can't get the roll and can't get the bounces either. You know, and some days your shots go and some days your shots don't.
That's just the way that it goes. As Chase is having a hard time setting up, or because the ball is just rolling all over the place, can't even get a setup shot as he prepares for his first shot. And he's going to, tried to go down the middle.
No, that is not what he wanted to do, obviously. But
not a bad strategy just because of how big of a lead he has, so might as well go for something fancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now Joseph trying to catch him. Again, hard time getting the ball to set. They are rolling all over the place.
Ooh.
And so far the best shot as it rolls around that dog leg. If it can stay there.
Hit the pole. It's going to stay right there.
That's perfect because he can take a head-length driver off of that, so he'll be all set for that. And Walker will take his first shot again.
Right off the thing. Right off the rig.
And much better. Continue to roll. And his 2nd shot will roll to there.
Great 2nd shot right there from Thompson.
Chase Drought switching out clubs real quick. I wonder what the strategy is behind these clubs. As this is not going to... Oh, good bounce. Good bounce.
Everyone using the rig to their advantage right now. Everyone has used the rig to bounce off of it, get a good bounce, and get a good lie, but it's going right back.
And it's going to join Joseph Lofton's ball right next to the rigging. So we'll go right into Joe's as he takes a head length off. So he might have to... We'll see how he positions himself.
It's going to be another tough angle here.
Using the traditional putter. No backswing. Just straight toward and over. And out of bounds. So another 1-stroke penalty for Joseph here. Just a tough angle.
If he wanted any shot of trying to get back and get in this thing to get to Drought, it's all been gone now.
And Walker Thompson way out of bounds on that play. So hole 5 here with the rigging. May not be the rigging that's the hardest part of this hole. So far, it looks like these tight out of bounds. It's not a very wide hole. With the dog leg at the beginning makes it tough.
He's keeping him in it. If it keeps going. Oh.
Can't complain. Luckily, he is not out of bounds, at least, as the other 2 players will have to bring their ball back, and we'll start with Joe.
And he's the closest. He is the closest, so this is very beneficial that ball went out right there.
He can still get 4 here. Oh, it rolls out. But again, setting himself up still with not a horrible angle there. He can take a head length off and still be pretty close.
It's a tough thing to do here if you're going to, have it get there, because you see that lip there on the hole. It's going to be tough for Lofton.
And tough for Walker, too. But Chase hits it, and he's in the same struggle there with more equipment in the way, and their balls are essentially touching. We'll set up for the next shot here. Joe getting a good setup, and the lights going crazy for Joe here with a big shot coming up.
Distract.
The setup, the hit.
And that lip right there, exactly what I was saying. It's tough.
And despite having that tough shot, he's still in the best angle here as they have to overcome an obstacle. So they'll figure out how they want to do this, and we'll start with Walker's ball.
Oh, what a shot!
And it's in. That'll count, and that obstacle was no problem for Walker. That was his 6th stroke of this hole. He'll go out with his pride as he finishes the hole out strong.
What a shot. I mean, we were talking about how the bounces haven't been bouncing for Thompson, but now finally goes his way.
He's in his bag now as Joseph Lofton has a big shot here, looking down the face of hole number 5.
This is the shot right here. If he wants to stay in this game, he needs to hit this.
The lights are bright. His shot.
No.
Off the edge, just barely, but the roll, you never know. But the roll is not in his favor here. But again, he's still set up for a pretty good shot.
But you could see the strategy there. He was just a little off. Maybe if he had it just a little bit, he could have gotten it.
And Chase, kind of maybe the same strategy, getting it to that inside. Now, hole number 5, that was tough for everybody as everybody meets the 6-stroke limit. However, Joseph was able to finish out.
Yeah, it's the toughest course of the day, and Walker Thompson really the only person to get it in the hole. So that should give him confidence going into it. And even though he might be out of it a little bit, you know, he still can go into next year's Corbett with a little bit more confidence that he can do that hole. And we saw it. This hole probably was the toughest.
Absolutely. And now we have Cameron Jenkins standing by with Walker.
I'm here with Walker Thompson, as you said. And Walker, you were the only one who was able to actually finish on the rigging hole. What do you think about that hole was so difficult?
Pretty much everything. I expected to not be able to finish it. Expected my ball to go out of bounds again with that final shot.
All right, well, you only have one more hole left. It's not really possible to catch up, but I'm sure you're looking to finish strong. Any strategies going into this final hole, the tape hole?
Try to bounce off of the top or farthest white gaff tape from me and go through and just take out that curve right then.
Thanks for giving us a little game there. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. We got our biggest hole yet coming up. Hole number 6, the last and final. Some people call it the expendable. Some people call it the tape hole. This is the final. As we see our scores on here, it would have to take something pretty dramatic in order for a comeback to happen. But Chase has a very hefty lead, and that kind of matches up with what you said earlier.
Yeah, you said it earlier, and well, you said it earlier, how anything can happen. And even though Chase has one below, he's one below, Lofton isn't out of it. That's 6. He's got 6 over, but you know, if he can get
and we got Walker Thompson over at hole 6 now, the tape hole. It'll be his first shot of hole 6, his final first shot if it can stay.
And he talked about that. He said he wanted it to bounce over that white tape, and he did it beautifully there.
Keeping it in bounds still as the ball stops rolling there. Next, we'll be going into Chase Drout's first shot as Walker's ball settles into the corner. And Chase with his first shot with the great hit. It went through.
Wow. He is set up so beautifully. Went off that green tape, kept rolling off the pink tape right near the cart. He's lucky that roll did not go under that cart because it would have been tough to get out. Obviously, it would have been under the cart. So,
and if you're Walker and Joe, this might be where you get nervous as Chase is still doing good here, and they need Chase. Oh, the bounce out. It was in the hole, so close, but just barely out.
The strategy. What a great strategy there from Lofton. He said, I'm going to hit it out of bounds, try to get it back in, and was so close to getting it in the hole.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh, as Walker Thompson's ball just barely skipped out.
Just unfortunate right there. And again, you said, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Chase setting up on, just off the tape. Not the shot he was hoping for, but the angle is just not correct. And now he's kind of set up for the same shot as before.
Seems like we obviously don't know, but his sphincter tighten
And
it
Joe
up.
setting up for his second shot after an exciting first shot and just barely off the edge. Joseph needed that shot to try to have a comeback here on the final hole. Walker with a great shot set up right next to Joe.
If Chase gets it here, it's over.
He is set up, and he actually has somewhat of an angle to get this one in the hole. This is definitely doable.
Changing clubs.
I think he took back his original. I think he traded it and then came back with his original. And going with the same, somewhat of a same shot setup. And it hops over. This might be giving them a chance. So we'll see what Joe can do here on his next shot as he's setting it up.
Gonna get that head club length, and this is important how he sets it up, and we've seen it all day. It's gonna be tough for him to get it because it's gonna keep rolling.
White shoes to match the white ball. Showed up today in his first ever CORBETT with the lights bright. And that one's in. And finishes hole 6 strong.
That was strategically, it might have been one of the best strategy games we have seen so far. He went right over the barrier on that first shot. Did not hit it hard enough on that second shot, and then that third shot was perfect.
Walker Thompson just barely not enough. It went halfway over the lip and kind of fell back down. So Chase Strout will have maybe his final shot. And it's in.
Wow.
Oh, wait. The roll. It is in.
Wow.
Great comeback from Chase Strout as he had a tough start to the hole.
And we thought maybe Lofton could come back when Drout's ball went out of bounds. He took that stroke penalty. That will be a 5-stroke, I believe. And not the shot that Thompson wants, as he was, again, like you said, desperate times call for desperate measures.
The ball just continues to roll further from the hole. Not at all what he wants. Has to wait, and that was his final stroke. So that'll do it for our final 6 holes. What a great finish.
It was a great finish, and you saw it, how difficult some of these holes were. We were just talking about hole 5, how difficult it was. No one finished except Thompson, and everyone got 6 strokes. And there were a couple holes that were a little bit easier. 1 and 3 were easier on the stage, but everybody put out a great effort today.
And there's our final score. So we have our winner, Chase Strout, and we have Cameron Jenkins standing by with him.
I'm with the winner of the first ever CORBETT, Chase Strout. Chase, what are you going to do to celebrate this victory?
I'm going to Disney World.
That is a very good way to celebrate that, and I guess it kind of makes sense that you would win this. You're wearing the orange. We are here at Full Sail University. Orange is their colors, and I have to ask, going into that last hole, you knew that you were going to win. You already had the lead secured. It seemed like you were kind of taking your time. Was that kind of your strategy going in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just going to try and have figure I was going to win anyway, so might as well make it fun.
All right, last question, got to ask. You didn't really get hit with hazards throughout it, but you really got them at the end there. They kept shutting the lights off, blowing the smoke out at you. Did that throw off your game a little bit?
Nah, I'm used to it, so, whatever.
What he has can't be taught. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. Chase had it in him the entire time. He was leading most of the game, and now we're going to go into and see how Chase won this through the replays. With a great shot there that almost went in. That was Joseph's shot.
And that shot was the one shot that if that went in, that would have given a little bit of pause there. Even though he had won it, it would have been interesting to see how close it would have been.
Chase's tough shot there just barely went out of bounds, and that was his back-to-back shot right there, and he came back with a great one next as Joseph with a great setup. He had a perfect setup. The shot was good, and he celebrates finishing the Corbett. There's only been 3 people ever to finish the Corbett, so should be very happy as
right
Chase
here
wins it. You don't even see the ball go in. He doesn't need to, and you see our final score there on the screen. Chase Drought, -1. He showed up, and he showed out.
He was in his bag all day long, and he showed as we're playing University of Miami music. He had that Miami shirt, wearing it with pride, and he gave him a show.
This has been the Corbett. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joseph Lemelin aside Alex Sackett, and we had Cameron Jenkins on the sideline. Thank you so much.